Good morning, everybody. Dear students, today we'll start a new chapter that is data file handling. Data file handling. So, this is the new chapter, and this is the last chapter of object oriented programming. So, before going to start the concept of what is data file handling, let us start what is the meaning of scene and say out. So, scene is a input statement and say out is a output statement. Scene statement lets the user or programmer to accept data from the standard input device, that is keyboard. Apart from this, there are several other input devices from which we can access the data and send the data to the program to perform certain operation over the data. Likewise, cout statements is also used in order to bring the data from memory or from the internal memory of a computer and display it on the screen of a computer system. So doing so, cout is a output statement and cin is a input statement. So in C++, these IO statements are available in a header file called iostream.h. That's why you are including iostream.h header file in every C++ program. Likewise, suppose if you want to, so usually what happen when you are dealing with cin and cout statement, so whatever input operation is there and whatever output operation is there, both the operations will perform over the program temporarily. In certain situation, what happens, suppose if you want to retain a data stored permanently for future reference, then you have to go for the file. As you know, in a Turbo C++ editor, you are clicking new option in order to retain the file or in order to retain the program stored permanently with a suitable file name. So this is an example of a file. So actually file is nothing but a content or suitable document or program or data or some text information or a graphical information or audio or video clip that is retained stored permanently in a secondary storage devices. So for their identification, we are assigning suitable name for each file. As you know, in case of a C++ program, you are storing each and every program with a different name followed by extension name, that is .cpp. Likewise, you can store any information permanently in a secondary storage device with suitable file name by using some of the file input and output operations. So in C++, IO operations on file occurs in the form of stream. Here the word stream refers to the flow of data in the form of bytes. So usually byte is nothing but a group of 8 bits. So what happens whenever a user supplies data to the input variable, the data gets converted in a binary form and that data will be retained in the memory of a computer system. So thus the word stream is used to represent the flow of data in the form of bytes either from the input device, from the input file to the program, or from the computer's memory to a standard, or from the file to a standard output device. I hope this concept is clear. Now there are two situations in which we can move the data. So one is if the data flow from devices like a keyboard, then we have a disk, then network connection, etc. From these devices, if you want to move the data to a main memory of a computer system, so the process of flowing data from input devices to main memory or from the uh, disk or from the network connection to main memory is called as a input operation. On the other hand, if the data moves from main memory to a monitor or a screen or a printer or a disk drive or any networking device is called a output operation. So most of the computer programs or softwares works with files. Suppose if you want to create a C++ program, you are using a editor that is called Turbo C++ editor, where you need to activate that software. After activating, you are clicking on new option. Once you click on new option, a new blank file will appear on the screen, from where you can start editing your program. After editing program, you need to save that program for future reference by specifying suitable name for that program. Likewise, so usually what happen, suppose most of the softwares allows the user, most of the softwares like Turbo C++, it is also one kind of a software which allows the user to edit the program, save the program, compile the program and execute the program. Like this, most of the softwares allow the user to perform certain operation over the files. So usually files are useful for storing suitable information permanently in a secondary storage devices. For example, a word processor. Suppose if you want to create a text document, obviously you are using a MS Word package which allows the user to carry out word processing task, and it also allows the user to manipulate certain text processing task by using that software. Likewise, a DBMS package is there. So you are studying that package in second year, which by using that you can create a information in the form of a table called database. Similarly, you can use the compiler. You are using compiler for storing the program. So the program written by user is known as the source code. So once the source code is edited in the Turbo C++ editor, then you need to compile that. So during compilation, the compiler will generate a executable file. So actually, these editors, such editors are uses a concept of a file to provide a provision for the programmer to carry out certain task. Like that, thus a file in general, what is file? So thus file is a collection of data items. You can say a file is a collection of data items, or a file is a collection of instructions, or a file is a collection of a file is a collection of a program or text document, audio or video clip that can be stored permanently for future reference with suitable name in a secondary storage devices like magnetic tape, hard disk, optical disk and solid state storage devices. In C++, unlike C in and C out, unlike scene and cout, the file operations can be implemented by using a header file called fstream. F stands for file, stream stands for flow of data from the input file to computer's memory or to the program, or from that is secondary memory of a computer to output devices of a computer system. So thus, in case of C++, the file input and output operations takes place by means of a header file called fstream.h. So the header file fstream provides a set of operations and functions. It contains so many built-in functions. By using them, you can perform file input and output operations. The process of storing information in file is called writing data in the file, and the process of reading data or the process of accessing suitable data from the file is called reading data from the file. So in order to perform reading and writing information on a file, we make use of a file stream or fstream.h header file which contain certain classes. So actually there are three classes available in order to achieve file operation under ifstream.h header file. So one is called ifstream class, which is used for file input operation. That means by using IOStream, you are creating cin and cout object in the program. Whenever you use cin and cout statement in the program, it is mandatory to add header file called iostream.h. Likewise, suppose if you want to perform certain input and output operation or both the operations over a particular file, you need to include a header file called fstream. So fstream contains so many classes which helps the user to perform certain operation like reading or writing. So it contains two major classes. One is called ifstream class, another is called ifstream class. So ifstream class is used for file input operation, ofstream class is used for file output operation, and fstream, here double F is there, make a correction, only fstream you have to use. Fstream class is used for file input and output operation. So just like IO stream. IO stands for input output stream. Just like that, F stream stands for both file input and file output operation. So actually, if IF stream class allows the user to create an input object for which allows the user to perform file input operation, and another object OF stream class allows the user to create a output file object which allows the user to perform certain output operation over the file. But fstream class contain both the classes. So these are the standard classes which are used by the programmer for carrying out input and output operation over the file. Next part is file input and output operation. So here one figure is given. Inside this figure you can refer disk or input file, program, input stream and output stream. So as I told, in C++ file IO operations make use of a stream, as an interface, because directly we cannot read the data from the file to program or from the program to file. So in order to establish a link between input file or a disk and a program, we need a stream. Thus the stream is a flow of data into the program or out of the program. So the stream that supplies data to the program is known as the input stream, as it is shown in the figure. So input stream is responsible for providing data for accepting data from the disk and putting or supplying the data to the program. So the stream which supplies data to the program is called input stream, and the stream which takes out data from the program to a disk or some other file is called as a output stream. So the stream operation is shown in the figure. So here you can see, so whenever program needs a data, it will accept the data through input stream from the disk. That's why here concept memory to file is given. So memory to file is given means the program will accept a required data which is stored in a particular file, which is nothing but a secondary memory storage device from which it will accept the data. So input stream will accept the data from the from the secondary storage device and assign that data, required data, to the program. Similarly, whenever user want to write some information on the secondary storage device, so usually the program supplies the data to be stored permanently for future reference in a secondary storage device through a stream called output stream. That's why here file to memory and memory to file is given. Next, what is file? So the data bar information stored on a secondary storage device with a suitable name is called a file. So file is nothing but a collection of data and information that is stored on a secondary storage device with a suitable file name for future reference is called a file. Here the next term is a stream. Stream refers to the sequence of flow of data in the form of bytes. Means stream is nothing but a stream. The word stream indicates, or the word stream refers to the process of supplying data or getting data from input stream to the program or from the program to output stream. Next, there are two types of files. One is called text file, another is called binary file. So usually whatever program you are typing includes a text file. Whatever program you are feeding in the Turbo C++ editor is an example of a text file. So usually what happens here, the text file stores the information in a ASCII format. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So whatever this one statements you are using, each statement uses certain alphabets. Those alphabets gets converted in the form of a ASCII format, and that information is stored in the file called a text file. So usually after feeding the required information in a text file, the file must be terminated with a special character called EOL. It is like a string. As you know, string is a group of characters. So every string must be terminated with a null pointer or null character, just like that. So whenever you feed some data in the file, so automatically the compiler inserts a EOL character. EOL stands for end of line. So after every line, it will insert a special character called EOL to indicate end of one line occur. So during, usually what happen, usually in case of a text file, the information is stored in ASCII format. Likewise, there is another type of file called binary file. So the binary file contain data in a whatever data you want to retain. So automatically the data gets converted in the binary format. Then that data will be stored in the binary format itself within a file. So here, in case of a ASCII format, in case of a text file, translation is required because we need to carry out a translation of ASCII character into binary form. So that task will be handled by a compiler itself. We need not bother about that. But in case of a binary format, directly the information will be written. Since the information is written in a binary format itself, there is no translation required for storing information in binary format. Next part, opening and closing files. So it is necessary to open and close a file. So usually what happen, whenever you want to edit a new program, you are clicking on new option, then you are storing the information, or you are storing the program. After storing the program, you are saving the program with suitable file name. Then you can compile the program to rectify the errors. Once the program is error free, it will start executing the program. Finally what happen, you are supplying input data, the data will be accepted by the program will perform required operation, then generate the result, and you are noting down the result. So usually feeding data and generating result occurs temporarily, because whenever a program uses required input data, you are supplying the data through the from the standard input device to temporary memory of a computer. Then the program will accept the data from temporary memory, perform the required operation, generate the result, and display the result temporarily on the screen. And that's why you are noting down that result on a standard on your notebook. Just like that, suppose if you want to retain any information permanently, so sometimes what happen, we need to store the data, whatever data we are supplying and whatever data we are getting from the program should be retained permanently for future reference. So in order to retain the data permanently for future reference, we can make use of a file concept. So if you want to perform any operation over the file, first you have to open the file. After performing certain tasks over the file, then you need to close the file. So that's in this part we are studying about how to open a file and how to close a file. So in order to open a file and in order to close a file, so the C++ contain two important functions or built-in functions called open function and close function. Apart from this, you can also perform certain file operation, input operation, and before you perform any input operation and output operation over the file must be open. So in order to open a particular file, you can make use of two methods. One is called opening a file using constructor. Second one is called opening a file using open member function. You are familiar with the constructor. Constructor has the same name as the name of a class in which it is declared. So by using constructor also you can open a file. By using open function also you can open a file. So both the methods are there, but which one is useful for which? Now the first method is useful if you want to open a single file. Suppose if you want to open a single file and if you want to access data from that single file, or if you want to retain data in the single file, then the first method is useful. Suppose if you want to open a multiple files to perform IO operation over the file, then you need to use open function. So here there are two options of opening a file. So first one is opening a file using constructor. So in order to open a file using constructor, we are using a format. This is the format ifstream object file name. So ifstream is nothing but an input class or input stream which allows the user to open a file for input purpose by creating a object called ifstream object. So ifstream object is nothing but file input object, just like scene object. Just like scene object, you can create a ifstream object in order to open a file. So ifstream is a class used for input operation. ifstream object is nothing but an input type object in order to perform certain operation over the file which is open for input purpose, and file name is a valid C++ identifier. You can give any name for the file. Example, ifstream fin read dot dat. ifstream fin. ifstream is a stream class for input purpose. fin is a file input object. Read dot dat. Dat is a data file. Read is the name of a file. So usually three characters can be used as an extension name for the file, just like you are using any program .cpp, .c, .txt, .doc, .xls, like that. Say if you want to open a file for input purpose, either you can use file name followed by dat or file name followed by txt. So txt dot and dat are known as a extension names for the suitable file. So I hope this concept is clear. You can open a file by using constructor. So here ifstream is a input class. ifstream is a input stream object class, and fin is a input stream object. Read dot dat is a file name. So ifstream fin input dot txt. Another example. Just like that, suppose if you want to open a file by using file for output purpose only, again by using a constructor, then instead of ifstream you need to use ofstream object. So ofstream object, the syntax for opening a file for output purpose is ofstream object file name. So ofstream is nothing but a output stream which lets the user to create open a file for output purpose. Output purpose means for writing purpose, where you can retain your output. Then ofstream object is nothing but just like a cout object you are using in case of iostream.h header file. So cout object brings the data from output from the memory and display it on the standard output device. Just like that, here ofstream object brings the data or gets the data, processed the data from the file and place it in a specified file for future reference. So ofstream object file name. ofstream is a output stream class, and ofstream object is nothing but an object for output type, and file name is nothing but a valid C++ identifier. Example, ofstream fout result dot dat. So here result dot dat indicates that suppose after processing a data, if you want to retain the result in a file called result.dat, you can create that file and retain the data in a result.dat file. Okay, here I give you an example. So this programming example is for reading data from the keyboard and retaining the data in a standard output. Instead of displaying the data on a standard output device, we can retain the data stored permanently in a particular file which is having a suitable name. So suppose if you want to write a program for that for the program, or if you want to write a program in a such a way that which lets the user to input a data from the keyboard, whatever data is supplied from the keyboard is processed by the program. After that, it will generate the result and retain the result stored permanently in a particular file. Okay, so in order to demonstrate that, here is a programming example. Here I include ifstream.h, conio.h. Here you also need to include iostream.h because that header file is also required here. In your program you are using input and output object also. Apart from that, we are using two objects. One object that is called fout. So fout is a object. So because of this reason, you need to include fstream.h. fstream.h includes both ifstream and ofstream object. So whichever you want to create, you can make use of fstream.h header file. So once you declare that header files, then come to the main program. Here the concept of class is not used. Directly you are using POP concept. So here OF stream f out output dot text. So by using constructor method, we are opening a file for output purpose where we want to retain our output result. So int age, character name are the two variables. Now these two variables are used in the program in order to read a name and age of a particular student, and we want to retain that information stored permanently in a file called output.txt. So that's why here we have to check out if not f out means if file if the file is not present, or if the file is not created with the name output.txt, or if the compiler fails to create this file, then could not perform or should not perform any writing operation over the file. Otherwise it has to perform a writing operation over the file. So that's why the condition if not f out means if the file output.txt does not exist, then don't write any result. Otherwise read the data from the keyboard, that is name and age of a particular student, then write that data. Instead of using cout, we are using f out, your details dash 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 name and age. So whatever details you are supplying from the keyboard will be written in a file called output.txt, which is pointed to by object called f out. Instead of cout, we are using f out. So after execution of this program, what we have to do is the program will retain the output information in a file called output.txt. So like opening a file for creating a program, you need to click on open option, then give the file name output.txt. Automatically this file opens with a name and age that is supplied by the user from the keyboard. So this is how we can make use of this one, how we can open a file by using constructor for performing output operation. The same way you can make use of a file option, open function, in order to open the file. So opening a file for input purpose, and you can open a file for output purpose. Suppose if you want to open a file for input purpose, then you need to use ifstream object. Through ifstream object followed by that open function cia. In the syntax, ifstream is a class which lets you perform certain operation over the input operation over the file. ifstream object dot open. So open is a function which lets the user to open a file by using through ofstream object. So whatever file name is assigned here, the compiler will open a file for output purpose by referring that name. So here in this syntax, ifstream. In this syntax, the ifstream is a ifstream class which allows user to perform input operation, and ifstream object is nothing but a object which points to the open function in order to open a file for input purpose. The file name is nothing but a valid C++ identifier. Example I give you, ifstream fin.open. See the difference between first one and second. The first one is directly we are using constructor by using we are using implicit method of creating object. So like that here we can make use of, you can open a file for input purpose by using a open function by using that ifstream object followed by dot and open function. So you can open a file for input purpose by using open function. There are two examples here. One is ifstream fin.open read.dat. Another is ifstream fin.open input.txt, where here fin is an object of a ifstream type and open is a member function. So we can access any member function. It may be either built-in member function or it may be a user-defined function through the dot operator. So open function through fin object allows the user to open a file for a reading purpose. So in the same way, by using ofstream class instead of ifstream class, you can make use of ofstream class and fout object in order to open file for writing purpose. The same is given in this description, that is in a B, opening a file using open function for output purpose. So for output purpose you can make use of ofstream class. For input purpose you can make use of a ifstream class. So you can open a file for input purpose or you can open a file for output purpose by using two methods. One is called constructor method, another is called by using open function. Examples for both is given. If this concept is not clear later on, I will make you I will clarify this concept in the class. Similarly, after this, you can also open a file for both the purposes, either for input purpose or for output purpose. So if you want to use only one header file in order to carry out both the operation, then you can carry out opening a file by using for input purpose as well as for output purpose by using fstream.h header file. So fstream.h header file allows the user to create a file either for input or output purpose or for input or output purpose by using two methods. One is called by using constructor method, another is called by using open function. So both the methods you can adapt here, but fstream object you need to create by using the syntax used to create fstream object is fstream object file name, fstream object file name comma mode. So here fstream is nothing but a file stream class which allows the user either to create an input object or output object by specifying a fstream. Fstream object is nothing but an input object or it may be output object, and you can specify the file name either for input purpose or output purpose by specifying mode. So fstream object file name and mode. It will take two parameters. One is called file name, another is called mode. So file name is nothing but a valid C++ identifier, and mode indicates for what purpose you are opening a file, whether it is for input purpose or output purpose, or even you can open a file for appending purpose. Appending means, say, after reading, after storing suitable data in a file, later on if you want to write the data in a same file, that operation can be carried out within a file. So that is called appending a file. So appending a file also the is possible in case of a C++. So here in general, fstream object allows the user to specify name of a file followed by mode. Mode indicates for what purpose you want to open a file. So mode will take suitable syntax, or we can call as a mode parameters, or we can call them as a file parameters. Suppose if you want to open a file for input purpose, output purpose, or any other purpose, that is to be indicated by using a mode parameter. So the mode parameters are there here. So usually mode parameters are uses scope resolution operator followed by IOS and particular purpose. So here I wrote something like one table is created indicating mode flag or mode parameter, its meaning gives for what purpose that file is created, and under this option is applicable for which a type of a file or which stream. So first one is called iOS app append to the end of file, meaning is append to the end of file, and this mode is available for OF stream. That means if you open a file for output purpose, you can make use of a iOS app append to the end of file flag mode or mode parameter. Next, iOS in, iOS out. There are two flag modes or mode parameters indicate if the user want to input a file for input purpose, then you can make use of iOS in, and if you want to open a file for output purpose, then you need to make use of iOS out. iOS scope resolution operator in and iOS scope resolution operator out indicate flag or mode of opening a file for particular purpose. iOS AT is also there. So this lets the user open a file for updation and move the file pointer to the end of a file. Means if you want to carry out any changes in the file which is open either for reading purpose or writing purpose, then you need to open the file for in this option or by using this flag mode. Similarly, you can open a binary file in order to carry out input operation. So iOS binary flag mode indicates that file is open for binary operation. iOS no replace. So usually what happen, uh, whenever you open a file for particular purpose, so if the file is already exist in a secondary storage device with a suitable name, so turned on opening a file means if the file is already exist. Suppose if user makes an attempt to create again a file with the same name, then it will not allow the user to create a file which already exists. So that this mode indicates that user cannot create a duplicate file. Next option is iOS no create, or file mode is iOS no create. So turn down opening a file if the file does not exist means you cannot the compiler will not open a file. The compiler will not open a file if the file does not exist during reading or writing operation. Suppose if you make an attempt to open a file which is not exist in the secondary storage device with a suitable name, then the purpose may be either input purpose or output purpose. By that time the compiler will not create any kind of a it will not create open such file. Last option is iOS trunk. So the description is an opening. On opening, delete the contents of the file. So suppose if you want to rewrite, suppose if you want to create a file for reading or writing purpose, and if the file already contains some data, suppose if you want to overwrite over the data, then you can make use of this option. So this option allows opens a file, and whatever contents are there, it will delete those contents and store the new contents in the same file. So one note is there here, all these modes can be combined by using bitwise operator. Suppose if you want to combine many modes in a single line, so those modes can be included within a single line followed by the respective data file name, and those modes are separated by using OR operator or vertical bar, that is single vertical bar, that is shown in the figure here example. So this concept may be difficult to clarify here, so later on in the class once again I will take this example and I will clarify. Next step is closing a file. So closing a file is done by using a special member function called close, which is available under fstream.h header file, and user can make use of a close option in order to close the file which is open for input purpose or for output purpose. So usually what happen in case of a file, so if you open a file for any purpose, that is either for reading purpose or for writing purpose, that is for input purpose or for output purpose, you must close the file by taking a respective object of that file. Suppose if you have opened the file for input purpose, you are using fin object. So by using fin object, whatever file is open for reading reading purpose should be closed by using close function followed by that file object. Similarly, you can open the file for writing purpose. After writing a suitable data, you must close that file by using fout object. Fout indicates file output object. Fin indicates file input object. I hope this concept is clear.